It's Wednesday, September 17th. In the headlines, new cabinet to be sworn in on Wednesday following Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness's inauguration. In business news, BPM Financial is now a dealer on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Regionally, the International Organization for Migration and the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency have launched a new project. And in sports, Jordan Scott, Ryan Level lead Jamaica's charge at the World Championships in Tokyo. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. Cabinet ministers selected by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness will be officially sworn in today, September 17. King's House has confirmed in a statement that the swearing-in ceremony will take place at 2 p.m. in the ballroom. According to the release, the ministers may be appointed from either the upper or lower House of Parliament at the discretion of the Prime Minister. The upcoming cabinet appointments are expected to set the tone for Dr. Holness's new term as the government turns its focus to national priorities in education, crime reduction, economic growth, and infrastructure. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness was sworn in on Tuesday for his third consecutive term following the September 3 general election, urging national unity after a divisive campaign. The event was historic, as Dr. Holness became the first Jamaica Labour Party leader to win 3 straight elections, solidifying his status as one of Jamaica's longest-serving prime ministers.
I consider it the greatest privilege, and I do not take it lightly. The third term is not a laurel to rest upon. It is a summons to continue to serve with vision, wisdom, and integrity.
Dr. Andrew Holness's Jamaica Labour Party was re-elected to form the government following the September 3 general election, securing 35 of the 63 seats in the lower house of the Jamaican Parliament. The main opposition People's National Party won the remaining 28 seats. Prime Minister Holness says it's time to move forward.
The elections are over. We must reunite and refocus on the business of the nation. The time has come.
He called on the opposition to continue to work with his administration for the country's interest.
I extend my hand to the leader of the opposition to create a space for the national interest. Mark, let us partner together to complete the work we started on making Jamaica a republic.
He also called on all stakeholders, the church, unions, youth, the business community, and civil society to work with his team to create the society we all want. Reflecting on the country's economy in the past, noting that Jamaica's debt to GDP was once unstable, Dr. Holness says his administration will continue to stabilize public financing.
We have stabilized the ship, set the destination, and laid the foundation upon which we must build a greater vision. We have only begun to scratch the surface of Jamaica's immense potential. We are destined for more. Our people are too talented, our culture too rich, our geography too strategic, and our history too proud for us to stop short of greatness.
Dr. Holness says the next chapter is about Jamaica taking its rightful place among the greatest countries in the world. Jamaica's longest-serving Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, Paula Llewellyn King's Counsel, delivered an emotional and dignified farewell during her final appearance before the island's Supreme Court on Tuesday, describing her 41-year career in public service as the privilege of her life. DPP Llewellyn, who has served as the island's chief prosecutor for the past 17 years, will officially demit office on Friday, marking the end of a remarkable legal journey that spanned more than 4 decades. She used the moment to offer encouragement to her yet-to-be-named successor, urging them to, quote, stay focused, love the work, and continue enhancing the operational efficiencies of the office, end quote. She expressed deep gratitude to the Jamaican public for the support she received throughout her career. Ms. Llewellyn made history on several fronts during her career. She was the first woman to act as DPP in 1999, the first female appointed senior deputy DPP in 2003, and in March 2008 became the first woman formally appointed as Director of Public Prosecutions. Her appointment broke new ground as she was the first DPP to be selected through a competitive process administered by the Public Service Commission, unlike her predecessors, who were appointed solely on the recommendation of the Prime Minister. The government is assuring parents that safety remains a top priority under the new National Rural School Bus Program. Drivers have been trained in CPR and first aid, while buses are equipped with advanced monitoring systems. Denida Rodney has more.
Communities not yet covered under the National Rural School Bus Program are being urged to reach out to the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, for consideration. Speaking on JIS's Get the Facts program, Corporate Communications Manager at JUTC, Chantal Thompson, says while not every community has been covered in the initial phase, the JUTC is open to expanding the routes once demand is demonstrated.
Listen, we have at JUTC, we have a really great service planning team. Before you see any buses, we test the routes. We go based off demand, because I know some person will be like, hey, why isn't the school bus running in this area? Because our initial stage, based on the areas we've selected, is based on demand. However, if it's that we've missed your area and there's a demand for area, you can reach out to the JUTC team, and then we will do our testing to see, can the bus traverse the road? Do we have enough persons wanting to go on the bus? It's a lot of planning.
The initiative, which started this month with the new school year, provides safe, reliable, and affordable transportation for students. Currently, rides are free through September and October, with a subsidized $50 fee per trip beginning in November. But beyond affordability, Ms. Thompson says strong emphasis is being placed on safety.
Our drivers are trained to operate within the speed limit. Our drivers are trained in case there's any quick emergency to perform first aid, CPR. Wow. We're equipped to do that, and we have a mechanism in place. If something's happened, who is the first point of communication, who is next, and everybody's alerted. So we have a whole thing happening.
Additional safety features include a personalized card that alerts parents when students board and exit the buses, adding not only peace of mind, but also security and convenience.
Simple, you just pop out your card that is unique to you. You just tap it, it alerts your parents, you go on the bus, and you enjoy your nice ride. And when you're coming off, you tap again, and it alerts your parents again. Now, in the event that there's no fund on the card,
that's how it's paid, through the card. There's no cash.
No cash.
Cashless system.
So you top up through the online system, which is coming soon, or your school or your regional office. And if there's no cash on the card, it actually alerts your parents once you tap it. So we have some cool features.
Reporting for the news on PBCJ, I am Denida Rodney.
Time now for the business report. with Denise Williams.
Welcome to today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, here to bring you the stories shaping the financial world and guiding your journey to smarter business decisions. Let's dive into the top headlines. BPM Financial has become the 15th member dealer on the Jamaica Stock Exchange effective Monday, September 15. Member dealers act as the intermediaries between investors and the stock exchange, executing buy and sell orders for securities listed on the JSE. They offer a range of investment services to clients, helping them manage their portfolios and make informed investment decisions. Investors are expecting big gains from the fall and rebound of the National Commercial Bank stock. Speaking at the recently held Mayberry AGM held at the AC Hotel, Group CEO Gary Peart put the matter into perspective. We believe that NCB has bottomed out at around $28 per share, and we see it trading back to $41 earlier this month. Our calculations suggest the inherent value of NCB is in excess of $120 per share. So you can see material upside for the NCB stock, Gary Peart stated. Now the stock price went from a high of $120 in 2019 to a low of $28.50 in the last week of July. The Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin, says consumer prices rose by 0.3% in August when compared to July. The increase was driven mainly by higher food prices, particularly for watermelon, pineapple, papaya, sweet potato, Irish potato, green bananas, and cabbage. There was also a 0.9% rise in the index for recreation, sports, and culture. This was partly offset by a 0.4% decline in housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels. For the trading period ending September 16, 2025, these were the most actively traded stocks. Beverage distributor Jamaican Teas Limited with 5,020,424 units traded, representing 22.36% of market sales volume. Toll road operator Trans-Jamaican Highway Limited shares were 4,019,738 units traded, representing 17.91% of market sales volume. Gaming and entertainment firm Supreme Ventures Limited with 3,016,797 units traded, representing 13.44% of market sales volume. We now shift our focus to the Forex market rate set by the Bank of Jamaica. On September 16, 2025, the Bank of Jamaica reported US $68.35 million purchased and US $63.33 million sold by Forex traders. Forex traders earned $1.32 per dollar, selling the US at $160.87 and buying the US at $159.55. The Canadian dollar netted Forex traders $7.32 per transaction, with selling at $118.93 and buying at $111.61. The British pound yielded Forex traders 89 cents in profits, with selling at $218.76 and buying at $217.87. For the credit report tip of the day, start treating the 5 C's of credit as a daily management checklist, not just a lender's scorecard. Every decision you make, how you pay vendors, track cash flow, reinvest profits, maintain assets, or respond to market shifts, builds or weakens your credit worthiness. The stronger your daily actions, the easier it becomes to access funding when opportunity knocks. The 5 C's of credit: character, capacity, capital, collateral, conditions, aren't just for lenders. They're daily habits that strengthen your business and increase your chances of growth funding. When you are rebuilding something from nothing and you're moving beyond financial resilience as a professional woman over the age of 45, consider this. You can grab a friend, pour some coffee, and try this. Pretend you are pitching for a raise or a contract. Say the number out loud. Role play like this might feel awkward at first, but for a woman over 45, it's a powerful way to break free from under-earning and start landing bigger offers. Practicing this movement through role play can be the game changer that shifts you to earning what you truly deserve. And that wraps up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, reminding you that every financial decision is a step toward your future. Until next time, stay focused, stay informed, and keep striving for success. See you soon.
In regional news, 2 regional agencies are joining forces to strengthen disaster preparedness in the Caribbean. The International Organization for Migration and the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency have launched a new project aimed at improving coordination, humanitarian aid, and resilience in the face of natural disasters.
The International Organization for Migration, the IOM, and the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, CDEMA, are coming together in a project called Fostering Collaborative Approaches to Disaster Preparedness in the Caribbean. The project builds on the lessons from Hurricane Beryl in 2024. Project manager at the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, Mandela Christian, explained the project seeks to ensure humanitarian aid is readily available in the event of a natural disaster.
This project, titled Fostering Collaborative Approaches to Disaster Preparedness in the Caribbean, seeks to integrate human mobility and displacement considerations into disaster risk management and emergency planning, strengthen coordination and knowledge management in the emergency shelter and non-food item sector, build evidence-based planning capacity to reduce disaster-induced displacement, and to ensure critical humanitarian assistance is available for displaced populations across the region.
Coordinator and regional policy expert for Latin America and the Caribbean, Daniela Dorso, affirmed her organization's commitment to the partnership and ensuring the success of the project.
Will deliver concrete results for the most vulnerable, while also strengthening the region's overall preparedness and resilience. ECHO stands ready to accompany IOM, CDEMA, and national authorities throughout this endeavor, guided by the principles of partnership, accountability, and collective responsibility. Together, we can ensure that the Caribbean is better prepared, better protected, and better positioned to manage the risks that it faces.
Barbados is set to welcome a new head of state. Former Health Minister Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Bostic has been nominated to succeed Dame Sandra Mason as president when her term ends in October. The announcement came in Parliament following agreement between Prime Minister Mia Mottley and opposition leader Ralph Thorne.
Section 32(1) of the Constitution of Barbados provides for the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition to jointly nominate a person to be elected as President of Barbados. I have the honor to inform you that Lieutenant Colonel the Most Honorable Jeffrey Davison Bostic, FB, in VO, has assented to the proposal to be nominated as President and Head of State of Barbados by myself as Prime Minister and by the Leader of Opposition, the Honorable Ralph Thorne, KC, MP. I therefore officially advise you, Mr. Deputy Speaker, of the jointly nomination of Lieutenant Colonel the Most Honorable Jeffrey Davison Bostic, FB, NVO, by the Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition in accordance with Section 32(1) and 2 of the Constitution of Barbados.
If you ever find yourself in Beijing, be sure to take a walk down Dashilar Street, one of the city's most historic and lively streets, with nearly 600 years of stories, shops, and culture. It's a place where the past and the present come together in a truly unforgettable way. Whether you're a history buff or a shopaholic or just curious to see Beijing's soul, Dashilar is a must-see. Marlon Samuels has more in this report.
The street named Dashilar is a vibrant slice of Beijing's rich history and culture, located southwest of Tiananmen Square. For nearly 600 years, this historic street has been the heartbeat of commerce, entertainment, and tradition.
In Chinese, 大石蜡 means fences. So 大石蜡 is one of the most famous and oldest historical street and district in Beijing. There are many famous tea houses, shops, and restaurants. It really offers a real taste of old Beijing.
Walking along Dashilar, you'll be transported through time, where ancient buildings blend seamlessly with modern. It's a living museum, showcasing Beijing's architectural heritage and bustling marketplace spirit. Here, you can purchase traditional Chinese medicine, fine silk, and cloth, and continue their centuries-old legacy. You'll also find handcrafted cloth shoes and delicious local food.
As for me, I also come here as a tourist, and I love the traditional Chinese food like baodu and bingtang hulu here. And also there are many shops sells the traditional items like 兔爷 or 吹糖人.
Once a hub for entertainment, Dashilar is dotted with historic tea houses, theaters, and even some of Beijing's finest cinemas, places where culture and community have thrived for generations.
You can find a lot of the woodcraft and stonecraft like 1,000 years ago. And like those stones is like 100 years from Shanxi Mingqing dynasty. And like the door, we use that doors like for the families like 200 years ago.
Today, Dashilar remains a must-visit destination where history meets modern life, offering travelers a genuine taste of Beijing's timeless charm. From its historic shops to vibrant culture, this street truly embodies the spirit of the city. Reporting from Dashilar Street in Beijing, China, I am Marlon Samuels for the news on PBCJ.
In sports, we start off with athletics. It was a day of smooth progress for Jamaica at the World Athletics Championships as Jordan Scott easily booked his place in the men's triple jump final, while a trio of sprinters led by Brian Lovell impressed in the 200 meters heats. The national triple jump champion Jordan Scott's opening leap of 17 meters was enough to safely advance him to Friday's final, scheduled for 6:40 a.m. Jamaica time. On the track, Brian Lovell delivered a standout performance in the men's 200 meters heats, clocking a blistering 19.84 seconds, making him the fastest qualifier heading into the semi-finals. Fellow Jamaicans Adrian Carr and Christopher Taylor also secured semi-final spots. There was also success in the women's 200 meters as defending world champion Sharika Jackson and national champion Ashanti Moore both advanced comfortably to the semi-finals. Over now to cricket. The West Indies men's cricket team is gearing up for a busy end to 2025 with overseas tours to Nepal, India, Bangladesh, and New Zealand. The packed schedule begins with a historic T20 series against Nepal, followed by a 2-test match clash with India, where veteran opener Craig Brathwaite has been left out of the squad.
Kickstarting the overseas schedule is an historic 3-match T20 international series against Nepal to be played in Sharjah. This groundbreaking bilateral series marks the first time the two nations will meet in a full T20 international series and kicks off the final leg of the West Indies 2025 calendar. which includes 22 international fixtures across formats. The men in maroon will then resume their 2025-2027 ICC World Test Championship campaign with a 2-test series against India, scheduled for Ahmedabad from October 2nd to 6th and Delhi from October 10th to 14th. This marks the West Indies' first red ball tour of India since 2018. Following the India tests, the West Indies will travel to Bangladesh for a white ball assignment, featuring 3 one-day internationals and 3 T20 internationals from October 18th to November 1st. To close out the year, the regional side will head to New Zealand for a comprehensive all-format tour spanning over 6 weeks. The series will include 5 T20 internationals, 3 one-day internationals and 3 test matches between November 5th and December 22nd. With competitive fixtures across Asia and Oceania, the West Indies will look to build momentum and strengthen their position in the World Test Championship standings, while sharpening their white ball credentials ahead of a crucial 2026 campaign. West Indies have announced a 15-member squad for their upcoming 2-test tour of India, with notable exclusion of veteran opener and former captain Craig Brathwaite. Brathwaite, who has earned 100 test caps, was left out of the playing 11 in the second test against Australia earlier this year and has now been dropped entirely for the India series. Also missing from the squad that faced Australia are Casey Carty, Johan Lane and Mikhail Louis. The 2-match series, which will take place in Ahmedabad and Delhi, marks the regional side's first overseas assignment of the new ICC World Test Championship cycle and their first red ball tour to India since 2018. The selection panel has made 3 changes to the squad that recently faced Australia. Tejanarain Chandapal and Alec Athanaze have been recalled to reinforce the top order, while left-arm spinner Kari Pierre has been handed his first ever test call-up following a standout season in the West Indies Championship, where he led all bowlers with 41 wickets at an average of 13.56. With the subcontinental conditions expected to favour spin, Pierre joins the squad as a second specialist spinner. Meanwhile, Gudakesh Moti has been rested for this leg of the tour in anticipation of a demanding white ball calendar ahead, highlighted by the ICC Men's T20 World Cup set for February-March next year. Head coach Darren Sammy acknowledged the difficulty of touring India, but expressed confidence in the squad's ability to compete, noting that the team is still developing but has already shown promising potential when unified. He further elaborated on the strategic inclusions that Chandapal is back to strengthen the top order. Athanaze offers strong skills against spin, and Pierre's control and wicket-taking make him well-suited for India's spin-friendly conditions. The squad is scheduled to depart the Caribbean on September 22nd and will arrive in Ahmedabad by September 24th to begin preparations.
And that's the news on PBCJ. Remember, we are the People's Station.